Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Doyles Garage, where I'm in multiple places, but you'll find that out eventually. Dad's behind me doing work. Don't mind him. We'll catch up to him in a second. Last time that we talked, this was in the backyard with no engine, and it is now obviously out front. I've been really busy and dealing with some stuff and trying to get my life together, so I haven't really been filming, but I figured I'd take the time to try and catch you up today, so I think we'll start with that one, and then we'll talk to Dad about what he's doing, and then we'll talk to Dad about his Jeep, and then we'll go in the backyard and talk about my truck, because this is now Dad's truck. Get to that in a second. And then we will go talk about why the Vic is not here, because it looks like a yard sale in the shop right now, and it's had the motor out of it for the last couple weeks, and it's apart, so. Turn you around, we'll get caught up on this one. Alright, so this is Erica. This is my brother's race truck that he got rid of and we got back. I pulled the 305 out of it because the kid that we bought it from didn't put the torque converter bolts in all the way, so they loosened up and it ate the converter and it ate the flywheel. So that's why the motor came out of it. So it sat in the backyard with no motor for a while, with the intention of us putting the big block in it. And then I blew the Vic up. And I don't mean the engine, I mean the transmission. I had it running really good and was really super proud of it. And we made a 123 mile an hour pull, which after I tell you what it did on the dyno, you'll be really impressed by that. I was super happy with it, so I decided to take the time and spend the money to go put it on the dyno, and I will include that dyno video somewhere right about here. To deal with background noise for a minute because I'm editing and I'm not going anywhere else. The only thing that I forgot in this video that I had to add afterwards is the fact that when I had the Vic on the dyno, it had an air-fuel ratio of 11.8 to 1, and it still managed to put down 240 wheel horsepower. On top of that, the day before I went to the dyno, I went and I had put it on the scale. The Vic actually weighs 3,300 pounds right on the nose, and it should be 300 horsepower, so it should be much quicker than stock by the time that it is done. Let you guys get back to the video. So after that, I went to drive the Vic home, and I was minding my own business, and I was actually behaving for once. And I know that's hard to believe, and some of you are going to call me out for being liars, including that guy. He does it too. So I was cruising down the interstate, 2,600 RPM, going 80 mile an hour, and there's a hole in my floorboard, like right here, that I haven't filled because of the shifter. I'll show you guys that later when we get down there. And I started getting covered with oil, and I was like, oh, it's probably the oil pressure sensor. It's not really a big deal. So like driving it in, and I almost get into the house, and it just starts pouring smoke, and it covers my feet in oil. I'm like, oh God, I'm like stuck at a stoplight. It's smoking, it's pouring. Things are not good. Things are just not good. And I get it into the neighborhood where I know that I'm going to make it home. And I look down, and my floorboard is blood red. So it was not an oil pressure sensor, it was the transmission. So I blew up the transmission in that. Dad and I took the Vic down to the shop, and I pulled all the parts off of it that I needed to make this thing run. And I came home, and me and him thrashed for about 9 hours across 2 days and threw this thing together as fast as I possibly could with a new flywheel and a random converter that we had laying around that magically worked. So that's good. So this is back together with the 305 in it. It is very loosely held together. It's got like 3 bolts in the fenders, and the grill is zip tied, and it's super ghetto. Okay, I ordered the parts for the Vic. They will be here this week. And after that, Dad is going to take this out to my grandpa's, and we are going to put the big block in it. And then, I don't know if you guys been introduced to the big block, so we'll go ahead and walk you up here. So when we bought Erica, it came with this. And this is a 1972 402. If you guys don't know what a 402 is, this is a 396 that's 30 over from the factory. So this is going to go in front of the transmission that's already in the truck, and this is going to be Dad's truck. Now, last time we talked, this was my truck. The reason this is no longer my truck is because I don't do this bullet fender square headlight shit. This is not attractive to me, but this truck cannot leave the family. So I looked at Dad over here, and I said, can I have the round eye and you can just have this one? And he's like, I don't care. So that's Dad's truck. That motor is going to go in front of the stock transmission for as long as that transmission lasts. And Dad's going to do whatever he wants, because it doesn't matter as long as she stays in the family. Now, out back is my round eye. Now that it is mine, that makes me very happy, because I like round eyes much better. This thing is completely torn apart. Completely torn apart. So, at some point, somebody lowered it. You can see how it's C-notched. And they almost finished it. They cut the bed out, blah, blah. The doors are thrashed. They're fucked. And, you know, it's just overall not good. So, my thought with this, and BST, if you're watching, I think you're really going to like this. You guys know the F100 flops on the Crown Vic frames? This, I think, would be great on a Crown Vic frame with a 460. Now, feel me out. From the outside, it's going to be completely bone stock. It'll just look like another square body. Put some steel wheels on it, but it'll have rack and pinion steering, an aluminum front cross member, and the 4-link with the Watts link in the back, and it'll be all nice and modern. It'll be good to go, and nobody will know. And then I'm going to stick my 460 in it, because y'all know how I feel about that. And we're going to put a C6 in it, and I'm going to get another drive shaft made. So this is going to be the 460 Vic rebodied, but I also get to keep the 460 Vic. So that's what's going on with this. All right, let me walk you back up front. We'll catch what's going on with Dad. All right, so Dad's out here torquing, and that's because he's getting rid of these. These are the stock wheels off of this truck. This is his truck. And he got these fancy Pro Comp wheels from one of his coworkers, and he scored these for free with the tires. So, ballin', and they look pretty damn decent on there, if I don't say so myself. Now, the problem with this truck is it's getting 460 Vic gas mileage, and I mean that quite literally. This thing's pulling like 6-7 miles to the gallon. So today we are going to gut the cats in this thing today because they are clogged, and then we are either going to take it to the guy that dynoed my car and have him tune it to where it understands what's going on now, or we're going to put dummy O2 sensors, non-Fowler plugs, I think is what they're called, in the back of the cats, and this guy will be good to go. That's Mom's truck out there. Nothing wrong with it. It got washed this morning. But why don't you tell me what happened with your Jeep there, old man?
Oh, this thing?
Yeah, that thing.
It's a toy.
Yeah, and what happened with...
Brake.
Yeah? What?
One took skid plate off front.
Uh-huh.
Rolled rock underneath, crushed steering stabilizer, and created a death wobble.
Yeah?
One is waiting for upgraded steering suspension, so no brake.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah,
So, this one's getting an upgraded rough country suspension. So I already got that on there, but now new steering stabilizer shocks and drag link arm and torsion arms, and once again, be happiness.
Yep. Proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Good.
You ain't having fun, let's break it.
Yeah, how long does it take you to break it?
Had it for 2 years, put the lift kit on at the beginning of summer. Oh, I'd say about 4 months before I finally caught a rock.
4 months is pretty decent. I've only been making it about 2 weeks per vehicle lately, the way I'm switching back and forth, so that's pretty
I got a
decent.
daily driver, son.
I don't have one of those daily driven race cars.
Yeah, you do. You got my daily driver.
Yeah, it's open headers, by the way. No exhaust on that thing at all. No exhaust, no hood, no inner fenders, fucking nothing. I literally tossed that together as fast as I could. So.
He put that together in 2 days so he could have a car.
Yep. After I blew up the Vic. All right, so I'm gonna help Dad with this project, and we will get that taken care of. Now that you guys know what's going on with it, it's really not that interesting. I'm either gonna bash the honeycomb out of the cats and just knock it out and start it and call it good, or I'm going to cut open the cat and do the same thing and then weld it back closed. I've done both. Either way, boring as shit. I will catch you guys later. If I have time today, we will go down to the shop and we will see the yard sale of car parts that I have that I once called my race car. So, catch up with you guys in a little bit. Bye! Alright, and we are back. Dad's exhaust is out. This is the factory Y pipe. And we have cleaned up the seams. And I have aligned them with a Sharpie. Okay? This one says A. That one says B. Now we're going to cut them directly like this, as straight as possible, on both sides. And I'm going to bash the cats out and put all this material in a bag and take it down to the local metal recycler. And then we're going to line these lines back up, weld it together, and this thing should be perfectly good to go. I've done this a bunch of times. It works really good. So let me get this cut and then show you what we got up with. Well, after all that's said and done, you end up with a cat and a cat attached to a Y pipe, both easily accessible. Now the trick is I got to find a container or something, like this bucket right here, to bash this material in. This has platinum and iridium and whoever fucking knows what else in it, and that's what they want. So I'd like to try and save this shit and not just throw it away. Scrap metal that is around said honeycomb inside isn't real valuable. They just want the stuff inside. So I'd rather keep it and have it be worth anything than not be worth anything. So make it figured out here, and we will get set up and bash those out. Alright, Dad didn't expect it to be that hard. I knew what I was getting into. So now, I can figure out how to hold this, minus some paper and shit in there. Oh yeah, you can't see anyway. But this is clear. It's got a piece of paper in there that we can get out. But it's ready to go. I'm not going to film the other one, but we're going to do the exact same with the other one. It's the bucket full of shit. We'll figure out where to put this after. So, catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alright, after emptying them both, I have a bucket full of material. Dad thought I was going to put this in little Ziploc bags. Nope, gonna have to go get big ones. So, I'm going to set up, get my welder out here. Kitty. And then I will start welding this stuff up. We'll get it back together.
You wanna know what's beginning of the love? You look so high, but you can't see enough. Just find it and take it, don't let regret it. Make me your only one. You choose it, don't lose it, don't let confuse it. Only then you'll be good.
And shabam, just like that. Dad has a Y pipe again, but it's factory configuration with all the factory sensors, but these are completely empty. Spilled a little bit of material on the ground right here. Not real happy about that, but I'll pick that up. So now Dad has some spray paint. He's going to spray paint my welds so that they don't get rusted out, because that's the way to make these fail, is just to let them be. Don't do that, I've learned that lesson. And then we broke these two off, which I'm perfectly okay with because we went 6 for 6 on the exhaust manifolds. So we're going to bust these out, put a nuts and bolt in, put this little thing back together, and Dad will be good to go, and we'll figure out the sensor dilemma later. So while he does this, I'm going to go outside or out back and go smoke and chill and let him play around. And then I will be back with you guys. Alright, she is fully assembled and back together and now has high flow cats. We'll just call it that, alright? We haven't started it yet, about to find out how it sounds. Dreadful. Yep. So, it has an exhaust leak, which we both expected, but that is also what happens when you go from a small pipe into a big open chamber, back in, down into a small pipe. Now there's turbulence going on inside there instead of flow, so it sounds all derpy now. At some point this is going to get headers and an exhaust if it stays in the family, but right now we're just trying to get gas mileage and it doesn't matter how it sounds, so that'll be the end of this project. Going to clean up a little bit and we'll figure out what we got going on next. Alright, took it all back apart. Found the missing exhaust gasket, shoved that shit in there. Sounds better, it's not all fluttery now. So, this is done. Clearly I need to go wash my hands. I don't wear gloves like BST does, but we're gonna go take a trip in that thing to go down to the shop to go see the yard sale that I have going down there, and then probably edit this and get it posted to you guys. So, catch up with you in a minute. Alright, let's see how this kid wants to play. She's pretty cold-blooded, but she's been sitting all day, so it's warm out. Neutral safety switch, park safety switch, whatever you want to call it. Ugh, gotta put my seatbelt on. Things we do for YouTube. Yep. She says no. I'm not ready. God damn. I gotta be a bitch. Like I said, she cold-blooded. Didn't have a single issue after that. Once she's gone, she's good. She's cold-blooded. That back there is the new race shop. So this is a Honda you guys don't need to worry about. This is Nemo's. You guys have seen Nemo on the channel. This is actually his shop. I'm just here and working here. So at some point we'll go catch up with Nemo and we'll talk to him about this one and the rest of his projects, which we will get to. And Evan's projects are in here. We'll go catch up with him and be super good to go. Let me get this door unlocked. So there's the valve body to the transmission out of the Vic, and this is the transmission out of the Vic. And if we slowly creep inside, there's the front end. It starts getting worse. We'll turn around here and there's the big block out of it, and we turn around here and all hell hath broken loose on my poor little race car. And I just feel so bad for her, and I'm so brokenhearted. So, this, back there, that's another C6. Nemo gave me this. He just had it laying around. Nobody knows anything about it. And this had this converter in it. Okay, so out here, over there in this white trailer thing, is the converter that I pulled off of this motor and transmission combination. I don't know what failed inside the bell housing, but something failed. There's a pan. Like, it's yard sale around here. Starter. Fenders. You know, just everywhere. But this is mystery converter. This is going in the car because it doesn't leak. And then I'm putting a new O-ring pump seal in, and regular seal, and front seal, and rear seal. The transmission will be resealed because it's healthy. Like, that's the pan. That's exactly how I pulled it off of there. There's no metal flakes. There's no metal shavings. Like, it's good to go. My baby. I miss my baby. Cubic inches. There's no replacement for displacement. Fuck, I miss this thing. So, next week, the goal is to get the parts on Monday, I believe. And we're going to start putting this together. And hopefully by next weekend I'll have this going again. Which would be super sick. Which would be super happy. And then the truck that I'm driving, that one out there, is going to go to my grandpa's house and get the big block put in it. So, that's what's all going on there. This is Evan's Corolla. I'm not going to speak about this. I'm going to hopefully go find him here in a minute. Don't mind the monster that my dad legitimately... This is Darren's fault, Evan. Sorry, my bad, bro. That's probably not a better decision either. You know what? You know what? Perfect fucking decision. Anyway, we're going to go find him. We're going to go talk to him about that. And his new purchase and other things that he has going on. And then this is also Nemo's. This is a CRX. I'm not going to speak on this because I don't know shit. And we're going to go find him. But this is a B18A1. I know that much. I know what it is. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about Hondas. It's not my fault. And then this is a cable-driven transmission out of an Integra. So at some point, this combination goes in there. Okay? That'll probably be on the channel too if I'm around. Hopefully I'm not busy. Evan and I are trying to convince him to run it the way it is first to get used to the track, because this is going to be raced in the same place as this one. If Evan has videos of this racing, I will clip these in here. Right, y'all.
One more thing. The videos of the Corolla going around the track. the videos outside the car are one direction, and then the video inside the car was a month later, going the opposite direction. So don't be confused there.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the video. Have a good night, guys. That's pretty much it. So this is my shit show. We have a Camry over here we don't really know what to do with either. So we have lots of projects, and I'm about to go show you more because we have more up at Evans. Let me call him, make sure he's at the house, and then we will head up there and go talk to him a little bit. All right, we are now at Evan's house. So Erica is here, and Mom's Avalon is here, and Molly, Evan's truck that we carb swapped, is also here. You guys have pretty much seen all those. There's not really anything to tell you about Mom's Avalon except for it's been super reliable and love it. And it's a cute little car. So here in a second he'll be out, and then we'll ask him about the Corolla, and then we will talk about the new purchase, which is in front of me, behind you. Both of those are true. The Scion is not with us anymore. Nothing happened to it. We sold it. So he wanted something different. We acquired him something different, and I'm a pretty big fan of it. I'll give you guys a hint. No, I won't. Haha. All right. We'll see you in a second. So I posted a picture on Facebook and all of the groups that I am in across the shop showing all three of our vehicles. And my Canadian friends really like Nemo's CRX, but I keep getting comments on Evan's car and it drives me insane. Mostly because it's not my car and I'm ignorant. Second, because other people are ignorant and they just make false assumptions. So, a lot of the time, I get that it's 1ZZ supercharged, or it's got a K-swap, or it's an XRS. So I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to let the man himself tell you exactly what it is so that you guys know and you can quit asking me. We've both been super sick. Just so, like, clarification, I've been sick since Thanksgiving. He's been sick for a couple days. So if he sounds like shit, just forgive him.
Thanksgiving.
Give him some get well wishes. But here's the man himself. There's Evan. So what exactly is your Corolla so everybody can leave me alone?
The 2007 Corolla S.
Okay. And why does everybody confuse it for an XRS?
Because same body, same car, but I've got carbon fiber on it, I guess, so it's an XRS. But it's not an XRS.
So there's that, you guys. It's just a 1ZZ for now. He has dreams and ambitions of a different motor that's got a lot more compression, or a turbo or something in the future. It doesn't matter, but yeah, we may LS swap it. What is it? LS4?
4, yeah.
There we go. Okay, we may put an LS4 in it. Either way. So, there's that. You guys can leave me alone about that. The Scion that this gentleman followed me home with. Beer! Look at the neighbor bringing beer. I hope you don't mind being on YouTube.
I don't mind.
Okay, good.
Because I got beer.
Because I got beer. Alright.
There you go. Thanks.
All the beer.
I got it as a tip down there at work. And,
Oh, cool.
last time I drank that, I had some problems.
Alright, thanks,
You're welcome.
You guys saw that live. That was unscripted. Beer. Alright, so anyways, the Scion that Evan had that he followed me home in the Vic in, he wanted something different, and he has his own reasons. My reason for not liking is it's super high RPM going down the interstate, and I understand this is a little tiny motor and it's got to spin, but either way.
Super high as in like 4,080.
Yeah, scary. So, he went down and he got rid of that. And I don't know if you guys are old enough or remember back far enough to remember Robin Big on the very first season before they changed to the newer body style. But they had one of these, which is really shitty over here in the sliding, and I will go to the other side.
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, let me through here. Hertiga! Oh yeah, that's much better. So it had a different set of wheels on it when he bought it, and they were ugly as sin. He kind of liked them, but they're fucking ugly. Hey,
They're right here.
right here.
But they had like black inlays here, and they're not my style.
Yeah, so he found these, and I think I finally convinced him just to black out everything and actually turn it into the Robin Big. And we've also talked about getting a Robin Big license plate. So this is the thing. When he bought this had low...
Before you go any further about this, more Robin Big. Like, I like Monster. I like Rob. Like, look at this.
Do
work tattooed on my wrist. Do work. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
BB. Fucking rest in peace, man. Love you, Christopher Big Black. Anyways, this had a very serious oil pressure issue when he first bought it. When it would sit there and idle, it would drop to 0 and it would start dinging, and it wasn't good.
wasn't 0. It was like 4.
Might as well have been 0. Anyways, we put an oil pump in this thing for him, and I think we put a thermostat in it. I don't remember.
Nope.
No. And it's already had a new water pump, and it's had some other new stuff. But this is his daily driver, and this thing's really nice. We may be riding in this to go figure out where Nemo is to talk to him about his stuff. But, so there's that one. And then Molly is here. She runs, she drives, she does really good. She does the stuff and things.
Except she doesn't like to start because the choke's not. There's no chokage.
He's got
Always choke. I don't know what's happening.
he's got a manual choke
Yeah.
Edelbrock, and he doesn't have the linkage hooked up yet, so it kind of just does whatever the fuck it wants to. Anyways, this is good to go. There's no issues with this other than putting a linkage in it. So now we need to go figure out where Nemo's at so that we can talk to him about his Suburban, the CRX, and the car that he acquired while I was not filming. And I will wait to surprise you guys because I'm pretty fucking fond of that car. Alright, catch up with you soon. Welcome back. Alright, this is the inside of Evans. Yeah, see, he knows the copyright thing that I have to deal with. So, this is the inside. It's fancy. Quiet. Listen. Yeah, you could actually drive that places and do things unlike my stuff. So.
So you floor it and hear the intake.
Yeah.
It's 50.
Yeah. Anyways, so we are headed to go find Nemo and talk to him. So I will catch up with you guys in a few. Actually, he says he wants to talk.
I just want to say that earlier on Facebook today, I was like, I don't know, somebody posted on the Corolla pages about, like, oh, I make a race car out of a Corolla. Just random, not directed towards me or anybody in particular, just in general, I think. And I don't know, I just kind of was blown away by that. Just wanted to share that, because, like, you can make anything a race car, as long as you're brave enough.
Literally anything, guys. There's people out racing $500 probes and lemons racing, and like that's their thing.
Yeah, so like,
Don't be knocking other people's stuff.
if you got a problem with somebody else's race car, which if it's not a race car, it's not a race car, but if you drive it like when it is one, it can be a race car. I don't know. I don't really know where I was gonna go with that, but like, the Corolla's a race car. Not just because I gutted it, not because it's loud, not because it's got a carbon fiber hood and trunk, not because it's got a wang, if you prefer. Because I drive it like a race car. What?
You do have coilovers,
Oh yeah, there's coilovers. I
and
guess.
you do have sticky tires,
I mean, you put all of that together and sure, it's a race car. You could.
and you push it really hard.
Well, yeah. Second gear is pretty upset with me. Every shift to second and third, just second. Sometimes I miss second altogether because it just doesn't want to go into second. So I try not to take it out of second. If I can leave it in second the whole lap, sweet. But that's not usually the case.
Hopefully, I'm pretty sure he's got video of it running around the track, right? Do you?
I don't know for sure. I got some onboard like dash footage.
Anyways, I will try and get you guys some kind of footage of him going around the track. I told you I'd insert it earlier. I will. If it happened, it happened. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Either way, we're gonna go talk to Nemo, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Bye. Alright, so the Suburban that I showed you guys earlier, that was Nemo's. I was not around for that. I know nothing about it. They built it together. I'm gonna flip it around and let them have at it because I know nothing. Have at it. Tell me about the Suburban.
Alright, well, I bought the Suburban a little over a year ago. It's a 2005 Z71 that has a grenade locker in the rear end. Stock height. It looked like it was lowered in the front when I first got it.
It's all highway
The
status.
highway mileage, probably most likely, but yeah, cruising status. Me and Evan decided to crank up on the torsion bars, release level it out. From there, we beat the shit out of it on 21 Road, Hunters Canyon.
Tore the running boards off in Banks Canyon.
Yep, tore the running boards off in Bings Canyon. The lip that holds the fog lights off.
Yeah.
Put a big old crease in the passenger rear quarter panel, folded the exhaust pipe in half like a pretzel.
That was fat.
Fuck
Then
yeah.
decided to put a 3-inch lift on it with some 35s. Decided to make it look a little bit more aggressive. Do what it needs to be done. I could take it anywhere. It's pretty much a bug out vehicle. It's got everything in it.
You guys did see a little bit of it when we went camping.
Yeah, so right along the black, from head to toe. Getting ready to put some solar panels on it to keep everything charged inside of it once I get everything in it. So,
Hell yeah.
definitely a fun little rig.
Alright, and this is also the gentleman that owns the CRX, so why don't you just go right ahead into that one?
Alright, well, I picked up the CRX for $1,000 since 1987. Stock D15 carbureted. Guy says it's running. Haven't got it running yet because I still need to get a battery for it. Get that up and running, take it for a drive, get some new brakes on it, suspension parts, everything, get ready for the track. And eventually I will throw a B18A1 in it.
Which you guys saw next to it.
Yep. With a dog box. So that's gonna be a fun little project too. So hopefully I get all that done by race season come spring.
So that he can go racing with this guy on the exact same track.
So that 1987 CRX stock weighs 1,800 pounds with a full tank of gas in it, and only has 47 horses stock. So I'm definitely gonna crank that up because I weigh damn near a quarter of that. So car.
And then on top of that, he picked up this thing that I am super ultra fond of, and I have a thing for Volvos because of Randy Popes. But what's the story on this one?
I picked up this, it's a 1996 Volvo T5R. 850, front-wheel drive, got high pressure turbo in it, 2.3. 5-cylinder sounds great, by the way. I believe it has a custom exhaust on it because I know damn well it doesn't sound stock at all. Lowered on BC coilovers. Put I think an 04 STI lip on it. Did a little bit of cosmetic stuff. Did the new PCV. Put that all brand new in. Also have a lip kit, which is a reverse intercooler piping. Got rid of 18 inches of the stock, so you definitely feel boost a little bit quicker. It's definitely a fun little car. I have smoked a couple SRT 8s with it. The V8 Camaro SS. It's definitely a fun little sleeper. So.
And this thing has definitely saved our ass, because when we went to the car meet and the fuel pump died on his car and we made complete fools of ourselves in front of everybody, this car and this guy were the savior. So I think that's everything. Got the rig parked next to him. I'm not here because my shit's loud and at home, but either way. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna go home and edit this and I'll get it posted up to you guys and we'll catch up with you later.